Hello and welcome everyone to Experience Academy. I am Tanya Gupta and I'll be both your host and your trainer for today's session. As you might know, that this series is designed to guide you through the various features and capabilities of XEBO. In each session, we focus on different topics like creating surveys, collecting responses, building dashboards, etc., giving you a deep knowledge of how you can use the tool to achieve your goals. Today's session, we'll be focusing on close the loop. I'll take you through the various steps and actions of creating actions to generate tickets, send email and SMS, and trigger webhooks. At the end of this webinar, we'll be having a Q&A session where we'll answer all your questions. Also, just a small update. Due to some technical glitches, we were not able to send the recording of the last session. However, we'll be sending both the recordings for today's session as well as the previous one together. So let's start creating actions with Exebo. So in the last session, we had already seen how we create the surveys, right? We had added all the different kind of questions. We had applied the theme, settings, and everything. Now, the next step and an extended version of creating scripting the surveys is that we can use the actions to close the loop. So basically, what happens is, let's say you have an NPS question in your survey or maybe a rating question. So you want to know all the respondents who have given you a poor rating, which basically are your detractors. So using the actions module, you can generate tickets in those cases and you can reach out to your customers, know the reason for them giving you a bad rating, solve their problems and issues, and change that detractor to possibly a promoter. To do this, we have actions. We'll just go to actions under the survey, right? And we can simply start creating an action. We just have to click on this, give this a name. Let's say this is test ticket and you can just save it. Now, once you do that, you will see the trigger logic, which is basically an event when you want the ticket or any action to happen, right? You can generate tickets or any actions. You have different type of tasks that you can add. You can create a ticket, you can send an email or SMS, or you can also configure a webhook. Now, the first step is to set up a triggering logic, which is basically what will happen so that the ticket or any action takes place. You have different ways how you can do that. You can make the trigger logic based on questions. So let's say we can create a logic or based on the NPS rating or maybe on the CSAT rating, right? Then you have based on collectors. So in case you have different collecting modules, let's say you are collecting responses through emails, through SMS, through web links as well, or through API collectors. So you can create the logic based on that collector as well. Right. Let's say you just want to generate tickets for the respondent who has responded through email channel. So you can use that as well. Next we have is response status, which is basically in case you want your trigger logic to be based on the response status, whether it is completed or incomplete or disqualified. So let's say you want to send an email to the respondent when the response is completed. So you can do that as well. Then you have based on embedded data. That is, in case you are passing any embedded data in your service, so you can create a logic based on that as well. Let's say there is a branch, right? And you want to create a ticket based on that. Let's say if anybody is from Delhi branch, then the ticket should be created. So you can use this embedded data as well. And lastly, we have the response condition based on contacts. So in case you want to maybe generate a ticket based on any unique ID or any mobile number or anything like that, so you can use that as well for your response condition. So this is basically the trigger logic, that is when the ticket should be created. Now, once you have done this, the next step is to add task. Let's say I am just adding a question here that if 0 to 6 rating is selected, then the ticket or any action has to take place, right? Once you click on add task, you can then just decide what task you want to start. Let's say I want to first create a ticket. So you will see the ticket configurations here. Starting with, you can just make all these settings. That is how the ticket would look like, right? If it's a detractor, then what will be the priority? Whether it will be of high priority case or a medium or a low one. So you can set the priority. Then you can decide the owners and the watchers of the ticket as well. So owner will be the person who will basically work on resolving this entire ticket, right? They will take actions on the ticket, change the status of the ticket, reach out to the customer. So they will be basically taking all the actions on the ticket. So that will be your owner. And the watcher will be the person who will kind of be a supervisor for that ticket. So they will be able to watch all the activities that take place on the ticket. Whether it is changing a status or anything, they will be able to watch all those activities. You have this notification option as well in case you want to notify your owner that a new ticket has been created. So you can keep this notification option on, right? Then we have resolution time. That is, you can just specify a time period within which you want the ticket to be resolved. Let's say we are keeping 24 hours that this particular issue or this particular case should be resolved within this much time, right? We can just all set multiple watches as well from here. Then you have overdue alert. That is basically after the resolution time. Let's say the ticket is still not resolved. Then after what time do you want the overdue alert to be sent? So let's say after 1 hour, we want the overdue alert to be sent. You can again just keep this notification button on. So the owners and the watchers both will get the notification that the ticket is still overdue and that they can just, work on it and resolve that. Then you have non-working days as well. In case, let's say, you have a weekend on Saturdays and Sundays, right? So a ticket is generated on Friday. So you don't want these particular days to be included in your resolution time. So you can just select the days that you want as non-working days so that when the timing, when the overdue alert would be sent, it will just exclude these non-working days and then it will be sent to the watchers and the owners. Lastly, you have tags here, which is basically all the information that you will see on your ticket, including the response or any embedded data, the customer data. So all these details you will see here. So this is the description part. You can just add, let's say, a customer name, and then you can just select what type of tag it is, whether it is contact, it's question, which is basically the response that the respondent will give in the survey. Then you have embedded data as well and manual data in case you want to add anything manually. So let's say I want, this is the contact, so you can just select the value for it. If you want to add more tags, you can just you can just use the plus icon, add the NPS or let's say whatever rating it is. This is just a description. You can just select the type. Let's say it's question here. And then considering this, we are just basically selecting the question. So now we have just added tags. You can make it more informative. You can add multiple tags here and make your ticket even more informative. Then this is the ticketing body, which the ticketing agent or the owner of the ticket will be able to see. This is a message for them. So that's your basic configuration settings. Then apart from that, you have follow-up details and root cause as well. So follow-up detail is in case you want to ask some follow-up questions to your customers. Let's say the agent has already reached out to the customer and the issue is resolved. Now you want to ask some follow-up questions from them that maybe just a confirmation whether the issue is resolved or what will be the revised rating that they want to give you. So you can just add these kind of questions. You can ask these kind of questions from your respondents. So this basically follow-up detail will be available in the ticket section where the ticketing agent can just reach out to the customer and then fill the responses. Let's say it is your issue resolved, and then you can just add the values for it. Or if you want to make the question mandatory, that without answering to this question, the ticket cannot be closed. So you can just make these settings as well. And then lastly, we have root cause. These are basically some generic problems that we have. So you can just maybe, give a drop down kind of thing in your ticket. So the agent can simply select from the list that this particular issue can be segregated in this particular category. For example, we have product damaged, right? So you can just keep this as a category. Or let's say it's delivery issue, so you can again just add multiple causes here and you can keep this as your root cause. Once all these things are done, you can just publish it and your action will be created. So to take an example, I already have this action created with me. So here we have the trigger logic where we have combined the conditions. So first thing is question, that is how satisfied are you? And if the respondent gives a bad rating, that is a dissatisfaction rating, and we have added multiple conditions here based on embedded data as well. So we have kept branch, that if the particular respondent belongs to Delhi branch and the customer segment is under, let's say, VIP. So this is the condition. If this meets, then a ticket shall be created. And I have added the priority as high. The owner is Kanishka. We have watcher as testing, let's say 1, 2, 3, right? And then we have added multiple tags here. The question, like we have combined the tags based on questions, contact, and embedded data, so that the agent, when they will be reaching out to the customer or when they will see the ticket, they will be able to get some insights on it. So they can see the rating the customer has given, the name, the email, the customer ID. We have even added branch spock email IDs. So all these informations will be available there. And then under follow-up details, we have added three questions here. One is about the whether the issue is resolved. Then if there is any other issue that they're still facing, then we have given that. And for open-ended, we have also just given a suggestion box. And lastly, for root cause, we have added product quality, delivery delay, damaged product, staff behavior, etc. So these are different configurations that we have done. Now, once your ticket is created, right, and the respondent responds to the survey, so a ticket will be created that you will be able to see under the ticketing dashboard here. First, you have the overview and then you have the tickets, which is for detailed information. Under overview, you will be able to see the tickets segregated under various categories. You can see all the new tickets that has not been opened yet. Then you can see the in progress ticket, the tickets that have been closed and resolved. If there are any other status that you have added, let's say this calling tickets, right? So that will also be visible here. Then you can see the ticket trends, that is within a particular time period how many tickets were open, how many were closed. Then you can even see the ticket priorities, out of the total how many were of high priority, medium, and low priority. So this will be automatically created for you. Then you have agent performance. In case you have multiple owners of the ticket, you can see their performance. You can just filter out based on different time options that we have here, and you can see that for a particular agent, what are the total tickets that are still open or were overdue, that they are in progress, right? So you can better manage your agents as well. Similar to this, we have survey performance in case you want to conduct a survey wise analysis and see on what particular survey or the maximum tickets were created on, so that you can just work on that as well. So this is the overview section where you will be able to see all these information. And then for detailed information about the tickets, you can just go to this tickets option here. So as you can see here, we have multiple tickets created. So each ticket, when it is created, it will have a unique number, right? And you will also be able to see on what particular survey was that created, what is the creation time and the overdue time as well. You can see the status of the ticket, whether it's a new ticket or open, or if it is marked in progress. So you can see all these status as well. Then you can quickly check who the owner of that particular ticket is, right? And then in case you want to take any action on these tickets, let's say you want to just view the ticket, or you want to maybe change the status, or any other action that you want to take, so you can just go to that ticket. Now, before going into that, we have various filter options as well that we can add here, right? We have tickets. Let's say you just want to see the tickets that are in progress. So you can just simply select that filter option here. In case you want to see the deleted tickets, or let's say overdue tickets, so you can just filter it out from here. Then you have the filtering options based on the priority as well. Let's say you just want to see for high priority, or if you want to check the tickets for a particular agent survey. So all that can be filtered out using these options. Now, there's also an option to take bulk action in case there are multiple tickets that you want to, take action in one go. So you can just select those tickets. You can change the status, change the priority, or maybe change the owner as well. And then we have the settings option here. So this is basically, first is about the ticket field that you want to see directly here, directly from the page here. Let's say we have this emails option visible, that we can directly see the customer email. But in case you want to, let's see the customer mobile number maybe, or the name of the customer, so you can just select these options. You can select maximum of 3 fields from here, so that you can just have a quick glance of the information of that ticket. Now, this is the overview again. If you want to take, even like if you want to see the ticket detail, like in even in more details, then you can simply just click on the ticket. So let's say I have a ticket here. This is a new ticket that is created. Once you click on it, you will be able to see all the customer details, the survey on which it was created, all the tags that you have added in the survey. So this is what we had just seen in the ticketing action that we had created. So you can see the email of the respondent, the name, the branch spoke, whether the branch name, what branch they belong to, gender, customer ID. So you will be able to see all the information about your customers from here. You can also see the response detail, what rating they have given, or if you have created a tag for the open-ended as well, so you can see what comment they gave for your surveys. So you can see all this information from here, and this is what we have configured using the actions. Now, as a ticketing agent, you will be able to take certain actions on a ticket, right? So first, once you open the ticket, you will be able to see all this information. So you can directly just call the person, or maybe you can send an email to them, get even more details about their dissatisfaction. Then you can track all these activities using the comment section. You can just keep on marking the comments. Let's say I'd added this, called the respondent, and he's not satisfied, is asking for replacement. He has asked, or she has asked to call back in 3 hours. So this is like, we can just keep on tracking the comments and the activities that are being taken on this particular ticket. If there is anything else, you can just type in, and just give it a go, so the comment will be marked. Whatever comments or whatever actions that you take on the ticket, all that can be tracked through the activity log. So as we can see here, that the status was changed to open, then it was maybe changed to calling, then this particular owner has added a comment to this, right? And or like whatever status or activities are being taken place, so you can just track it. The watcher of this ticket can also see all these activities. Now, if you want to change the priority, let's say you reached out to the customer and you found out that it's not that high priority case. So you can just change the priority to, let's say, to medium or to low as well. If you want to switch the owner, you can change from here. Then you can also change the status. We have already seen this. And then in case you want to, let's say, extend the due date, or you want to change that, so you can do that as well from here. Then this is the follow-up details that we had seen. So let's say we have already reached out to the customer, everything is sorted. So you can just the agent can just ask the customer whether their issue is resolved. They can simply mark these responses in it. Let's say if there is any other problem, they can just add all these things and save the response there. You'd also have the option to add a resolution. So let's say, since the customer was demanding for a replacement, let's say the resolution was that we had exchanged their product and now they are satisfied, right? So you can just add this resolution here, that the product was replaced, and then you can again just save it. And this is lastly the root cause, which is like whatever drop down or all the options that we had given. So the agent can just select from this. So let's say this particular goes under the category of let's say damaged product. And if you want to add any comment to it, you can just add that from here and then just save it. Let's say no comment, and we can just save it. So that's how you can add the root cause as well. So these are certain actions that you can take on the ticket. And then lastly, we have the sub-ticket option. So this is something that you can use in case you want to create a sub-ticket for the main issue. Let's say so that like you can basically segregate the issue into smaller segments so that you can manage it more efficiently. For an example, if this is a ticket for product quality, let's say just for product damage or damaged product, then you can maybe create a sub-ticket and you can add maybe the color was not up to mark or something like that. You can just add a description and you can create a new ticket and assign it to the team who looks into this particular part, right? So you can just create a new ticket or you can just create a sub ticket for this parent ticket. So that's how you can see that a new ticket has been created. The ticket number is 38 and it has been assigned to this particular owner, so a sub ticket will be created. So that's how you can take actions on the ticket sections. Once everything is done, you can then just finally close the ticket and you can change the status to close. So this particular issue is resolved for that particular customer. Right. So that's how you can use the actions to generate tickets. Now you can also add multiple tasks in a same action. So we have already like we have set up the trigger logic, a ticket has been created. You can also, let's say, send an email to the customer to acknowledge their issue. You can maybe, keep the text as that your ticket has been received and we are looking into it. So something kind of an acknowledgement mail you can send to your customer, and you can merge the actions into a single like you can merge these tasks into a single action. So that's your closing the loop. That's how you can generate a ticket on the platform, and you can reach out to your customer and solve those issues. Now, for other actions, we have emails as well that you can send to your customers. So we have already seen that trigger logic can be based on different conditions. So here we have, let's say once the response status is closed, then we want the email to be sent to the customer. And then in this email, you can also include the response sheet, or if the respondent has added any attachment. So you can also just include those things so that, once the survey is completed, the respondent will get an email with all these details. So it would be something like this. We have, this is the image that the respondent has added in this, and the response sheet, so that they can just download and see whatever they have responded to that particular survey. So that's how you can also send actions, like you can set up action to send email. You can also use it for internal purpose. Let's say you want like you want to send an email to your the customer department team, right? That a new response has been submitted. You can just check that, and then you can just send the emails to your internal team. Similar to emails, we can also send SMS acknowledgements. We just simply have to create the task for SMS, and we can just configure the message, the mobile number. This is something that we'll have to pass when we are sending the service. So you can send emails or SMS. Lastly, we have the webhook. So this is something that we come across, like a lot of clients has raised this requirement where they want to take the responses or the data from XEBO platform to their own internal or external systems or CRM to manage and analyze their customer data in even, in further manner. So this is something, the webhook functionality is something that you can use in this case, right? So again, to create an action for webhook, again, you just have to add a name for it, say test webhook, and then just save it. Now, once you do that, again, you have to set up a trigger logic. Let's say the trigger logic is when the response is completed, and then you just have to add this webhook, right? So take an example here. Let's say we want the ticket that is generated on this platform. We want that ticket to be taken to a CRM, let's say Freshdesk as well. So simultaneously, we want the ticket to be generated on XEBO platform and that it should also be taken to the Freshdesk module, right? So we can simply just add the trigger logic here. If there is any particular case when you want the ticket to be generated, you can just add that. So a ticket will be created here on the platform. We just have to set all these configurations. And then under webhook, we can just give it a name. Let's say this is test fresh desk, right? You can add the Freshdesk webhook URL here, the request type, whether it's post or get. So you can just change those request type as well. And you have to add the authorization. If there's API key or maybe bearer token or anything, you can just add those authorization here. And then you can just use this body part where you can just add the details whatever you want to take to that particular CRM, so you can add that. Let's say you want to take the entire the survey response, so you can just add the placeholder for this response data. Once you have configured all these settings, the URL and the request type and everything, you can again just publish it. So as soon as this trigger logic will be met, the ticket will be created on the platform, as well as it will be taken to the CRM tool. Okay, so that's on the webhook as well. So now we have seen that the actions can be used to generate the tickets, right? Or you can use to send emails or SMS, and you can also configure a webhook and take the responses to maybe Freshdesk or Salesforce or any other system that you want to take to. So you can do that as well using this action. So I think that's it for the actions part. I think now the floor is open for you to ask the questions. If you have anything on any of this, of any of the actions or the tasks that we have created, please feel free to add the questions in the chat, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. Please, you can type in the questions in the chat box, and we'll just get to as many as possible. Okay, there's a question that can you close the loop from CRM and will change simultaneously in XEBO? So yes, we can integrate the tickets to your CRM via APIs. We can update the status in XEBO platform as well. All right, everyone. Since we don't have any question for now, I think that's our time then. If you have any other question, or if you will, you can just feel email to your account managers or to us, and we'll be happy to answer your questions if you have in future. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day ahead.